Mr. Daithí, McKay.
I think it's important to clarify, first of all, that I do not share the same position as Mr Alistair Ross in regard to this debate. It has been a good debate. I just came on to the Health Committee relatively recently, and I think it has been a good committee stage. And we all came at this from the perspective that we needed to secure the best outcome in terms of organ donation rates, and many of us have come on a journey. I still think that in terms of soft opt-out, in terms of all of these options, they should remain options and they should be given full consideration in the new mandate. However, there was clearly a mixture of views presented to the committee. There were views given to the committee that I didn't expect in regard to some of the proposals. I think that the right decision was to hold off on this because in terms of the system that we have, it is one of the best in the world. And when you had that mounting evidence and those mounting presentations, that we need to be very, very careful about what we do next. I certainly felt that certainly coming into the new year, as we were concluding our evidence, we only had a number of weeks to take a decision that could have massive ramifications. So I think that the proper decision was to ensure that we take more time to look at this. In terms of Wales, many made the point we should wait and see how Wales do. I think the department should consider soft opt-out, should keep that under review, see what the experiences are elsewhere, but certainly on the basis of the evidence that was given to the committee and on the many differing views that we held, I felt that in terms of moving forward with soft out at this time, it wasn't the time to do it, and certainly wasn't right to do it in a rushed manner, given the fact that the clock was ticking down to the end of mandate. So, on the other hand, I think the credit has to be given to the proposer of the private members' bill, Joanne Dobson. As a proposer of private members' legislation, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of grief as well, and we've all seen the energy and the commitment that Mrs Dobson has put into that, and it's generated debate. It's generated a great debate over recent months, over the past year, and I have no doubt that that debate in itself has contributed to more people signing up for the organ donation. So I do agree, and I think all members in this House agree, that Mrs Dobson has done a great public service in bringing that private members' bill forward. And certainly we felt that aspects of that bill, as Mr Easton referred to, that we needed to hold on to those, we needed to put them forward. And it may look messy being put as part of a miscellaneous bill, but given the impact that those amendments put forward could have in terms of organ donation rates, we believe it was the right thing to do to improve the system that we already have that is of a world-class standard. So I congratulate Mrs Dobson on the work she has done, and no doubt this issue will come back to the Chamber in the new mandate, and we need to again give it full consideration. One of those who is urging people to consider organ donation is Lucia Quinney-Mee, a student at Cross Compassion College in Ballycastle in North Antrim. She has had 3 liver transplants in her life and has campaigned vigorously to find ways to improve the organ donation system. She has set up a Facebook page called Live Loudly and Donate Proudly, and I'm sure there are members probably sitting on Facebook here at the minute who could check that out and like it and share it, because there are a lot of people out there campaigning to improve our organ donation system, and they all deserve much credit for the immense work that they've done in recent months in regard to this. Because public awareness is the big issue here. It's a huge factor in ensuring we get more names on that list, and I have no doubt that the success stories of Lucia Quinney-Mee, the success stories of Joe Brawley and Shane Finnegan and others have helped contribute to that higher donation rate that we have. Maeve McLaughlin opened the debate and said that there had been much debate about organ donation promotion. She referred to the different views of the original PMB, but stated that there was now unity to promote organ donation, and it was important that we move forward in regard to that. Alistair Ross made a very useful intervention in terms of the amendments were put forward, that they did need tweaked, and certainly that is what further consideration stage is for, and we will certainly be open to agreeing those amendments. Alex Easton said that the amendments were cheeky, and the contents were too important to let go. Fergal McKinney took a counter view, said this was a skeleton of a bill, and that cheeky was an understatement. But also he made a good point in terms of the good work of our clinicians, and they do perform nothing short of miracles. I spoke to someone recently who was with a close friend as they were carrying out work, and they worked from night until morning without hardly any rest at all, and the service was absolutely fantastic, and he certainly respected the fact that they could act under such pressure, given that what they were doing was life-saving work. Joanne Dobson accepted the wording of the Human Transplantation Bill. We need to do more to improve organ donation rates, and certainly it needs to continue to be a priority for this Assembly in the new mandate. John McAllister welcomed that consensus of some degree had been met, and Kieran McCarthy, he was also a supporter of the private members' bill. The Minister referred to the fact that our system and our transplant team are amongst the best in the world, and do at the moment compare quite favourably to the South, which has seen a dip recently in figures. And he made the point that this wasn't about party politics, and I think it's important to say that again, because this is a matter of life or death, this debate about organ donation. We all have different views. We are all quite passionate about that, but certainly from our perspective, we, in terms of our contribution at committee stage, we always had an open mind, and we always had a focus on an outcome that was the best for all the people we represent, because to tinker with a system and that leads to a better outcome, that's brilliant. But to make a decision that could undo some of the great work that has already been put in place to ensure we have a high organ donation rate, that is something that you can't undo at short notice. So I think it is important that we keep a watchful eye on this issue. It needs to be a focus for the Assembly, for the Department in the new mandate. But certainly in terms of the amendments that we put forward, we believe quite passionately in this. We believe passionately that these amendments will lead to greater organ donation rates. And again, I'd like to thank the proposer of the private members' bill as well. She has put a lot of effort into this issue, and I think it's only right that credit is given to her as well. And I hope that the Assembly will now agree and unite in ensuring that we change the law in regard to organ donation.